I want to tell you a story of the old days, when people were different from now. My father and all his brothers were great hunters. When I was small, I wanted to grow up quickly and be like them. I wanted to catch the biggest fish and shoot the biggest caribou. But small hunters must learn to do these things, and I learned from my father. When a hunter caught more fish than we could eat, a hiding place was made. Here the fish were stored for winter use. When the snows came, my uncle would harness the dogs and journey to his storehouse. How the dogs would strain at the harness, and how my uncle would shout at them. But at last, the hiding place was reached, and the dogs rested. The hunters used to catch fish in the autumn and hide them beneath stones. The air was cold, the fish would freeze, waiting for the hungry months of the long night. Foxes and bears would try to steal our fish. If the hiding place was not well made, those cunning robbers would fill their bellies with our food. Many years ago, a bear robbed my father of his store of winter fish. He robbed us for 3 winters, and we were starving. Then one day, my father discovered the bear robbing the storehouse. He was so angry that he drew his sharp hunting knife. Rushing forward, he slit the bear up the belly and killed it in the old way. Shooting was too good for that bear, said my father. We Eskimos caught lake trout with baited hook. Deep holes were cut through snow and ice on the frozen lake. The fish were often kind to us and satisfied our hunger. Little fish, I call to you. Hear me in your watery home. My wife is hungry, and my children are crying. Little fish, I thank you. You heard the cries of my children. You took pity on their empty bellies. Little fish, I thank you. A hunter must provide for his wife and children. He must also provide for his dogs. Because of this, his store of fish is quickly eaten. He must continue to catch fish even in the winter. One day my father said, "Tuktu, you must come with us and learn how the fish are caught. We will show you how to dig a hole in the sea ice. The great Arctic char live beneath the sea with the sea goddess. Come with us, and we will show you." Will the hole lead to the sea goddess? I asked. The sea goddess has a powerful magic. She might turn me into a fish. Do not be afraid, Tuktu, said my father. The sea goddess will be friendly. She will be generous with her gifts. Today, I feel that our spears are lucky. The fat char do not bite on a hook, but they are filled with curiosity and come to see the little ivory fish as it jiggles at the end of the line. I waited patiently. When my father saw a fish, he plunged the spear like lightning. The sun comes back and warms the land. The ice melts and the birds look for nesting places. My father and his friend the kayak builder were busy on the shore. I wanted to help my father build the kayak. Instead, he told me to look for fish. You have sharp eyes, Tuktu, he said. If the fish are there, you will see them. I saw their dark shapes beneath the waves and told my father. Then he took his spear and I watched him walk quietly down to the shore. You must stay very still, Tuktu, he said. The fish will take warning from your shadow. They can hear a small pebble and see the wind make ripples on the water. But as I watched my father, I longed to be with him, to walk in his footsteps and use the magic spear. If you love me, do not talk while the great fish wait for your spear. If you love me, do not sleep while the great fish leap at the sun. If you love me, cure my hunger. Bring me a gift from the depths of the sea.
Unni kaputille halu. Hey! Hey! Oi, Jesus, hänelle kyllä paamna. Inu. Hanittun nuosi.
The fishing was over. The sea goddess had been kind to my father. I watched him as he picked up the catch and marveled at their size. We shall have a feast very soon, I thought, and ran ahead to tell my mother. Soon my father returned to camp, heavy laden with fish. He was well pleased, but not boastful. My father and the kayak builder were given the tenderest parts of the fish. "You did well," said the kayak man. "Delicious is the red meat of the Arctic char." My father was pleased and said, "I am not much good. Only my spear is clever. Give Tuktu the eyes of the char, that he may grow up and see below the deepest water." I wanted to grow up, to be a great hunter and fisherman like my father. "You must be patient, little Tuktu," he said. "The lake and the sea will wait for you. One day you will bring your own children a gift from the depths of the sea." And that is the way we used to live.